You know, I just heard a little ding in the background, folks, and when I should be used to this. When I hear that ding, it tells me that we are live. Hey, folks, it's Miles Seegers for the BIM Transformation Team Hangout. And, folks, I'm just so happy to be here tonight because I'm going to do something tonight that I don't normally do. I'm going to give my voice and my throat a rest. Now, I'm not doing that because I have a sore throat, guys. I'm doing that because I want to highlight, I want to spotlight a young guy who's out there killing it. He's actually on my team, and when I say my team, those of you that have no idea what I'm talking about, I'll explain to you later what I mean by when I say I have a team. But I wanted to bring this young guy on my Hangout tonight because what's cool about him, he's only 24 years old. And I'm not going to tell you guys how old I am. I'm really not that old. I'm put it this way. How old do I look, folks? No, I actually, guys, I'm in my late 40s and going to be approaching my 50s soon, and it's all good, folks. But I'm thinking of myself. I'm thinking of going back, folks. I can remember. I'm sure those of you that are probably my age can remember what you were doing when you hit 21. Because as we all know, when you're in your teens, you get to 19, 20, your goal in life is to get to 21. I have no idea why. Why do you want to speed up the process? But your goal is to get to 21. And, so you get to 21, 22, 23, and then you're 24 years old. Now, I know I have some people on this Hangout that are 24 years old or maybe younger. So you guys, listen very closely to what I'm saying, because I'm talking about people right now in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, what have you. Again, what were you doing when you were 24 years old? Now, my question is, if you decided to start your own business when you were 24, whether it was offline or online, can you imagine where you would be right now? Now, the young guy, gentleman, I'll call him gentleman, who I have on my Hangout tonight, it's a pleasure to have him on, he understands, okay? Again, guys, those of you that are, I don't know, in your 30s or 40s, listen to what I'm saying. I think you can resonate with me. If you could go back and do it all over again, if you knew what you knew now, if you had the, what's the word I'm looking for? If you had the luxury of having somebody like me train you way back then, could you imagine where you would be now? And I try to emphasize that to young people, including my son, over and over again. In fact, Gerald, but by the way, folks, I let the cat out of the bag. His name is Gerald Alfred. Gerald is actually a couple years younger than my son. And my son, by the way, folks, has a job. He has a job. He's a little bit disillusioned. He hasn't came around yet. He doesn't realize really what his father does online. He doesn't realize that I am, quote, the master of the universe when it comes to internet marketing, and I could make him the prince of internet marketing. Just kidding, folks. But again, I would never tell my children, do this because I do this. I would just let them know that if they're interested in what I do, want to learn what I do, I'm here to teach them everything I know. Gerald, who could be my son, he took me up on that offer. Okay, he joined my team, and again, I'm going to ask him some questions. I'm not going to say too much about him, guys. I'm going to again. What did I say earlier? Miles, bad Miles. What did I say earlier? I'm going to let Gerald do most of the talking, but folks, I'm just really excited because, there's certain points in your life that you remember key moments in your life. You do. As you get older, you're going to remember key pivotal points in your life. Here's what's cool about Gerald and his age. I don't really remember 24. but for some reason I remember 25. I remember 25 clearly. Possibly because I was doing some things at 25 I probably shouldn't have been doing. But anyway, I remember 25 so clear. And I think to myself, if I thought at 25 the way I do now, oh my God, where my life would be. So Gerald, brother, I just want to tell you, I'm so glad that you're involved in this opportunity. And folks, just so you know, everybody out there, I want to set the stage. When I say opportunity, we are members of a company called Empower Network. And what Empower Network does, I'll just put it in a nutshell. We teach people how to make money online. It's really that simple. We're much more than just a company. We are also a movement. We are interested in changing lives. But folks, you know how I am when I come on these Hangouts. I don't like to give you a lot of BS. I like to tell you straight. In order to change lives, yes, you can do it, folks, without money. But let's get real here. To really change lives, to build schools, to provide clean drinking water, to put children in college, in private schools. Folks, you're not going to do that with thin air. It takes money. And with Empower Network and the movement and the vision that we have here, we're teaching people how to change their lives. Just like this gentleman, Gerald Alfred, is changing his life. So without further ado, folks, I think I went too long. Without further ado, folks, I want to introduce you to my very special guest. He's on my team. He's been a member of my team for, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 months now. He can correct me. But without further ado, guys, I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Gerald Alfred. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, Miles, man. I appreciate you allowing me to share and have this opportunity to talk with the people on your Hangout tonight, man. It's a blessing, and I thank you for it, man.
Well, I'm glad you're here, brother. And you know what, folks? It's funny. I feel good about what I'm doing, and I'll tell you why. Because those of you who are members of Empower Network, members of BIM, you know that Vic Strizers is my sponsor, and yes, he's still my sponsor. So I remember, times when I first got a phone call from Vic. I'm not saying I'm Vic, but I can remember when I got a phone call from Vic. I was just very excited, like what he had to say to me or to share with me. And I know when I called you, Gerald. I know you're a little surprised. I know you're a little surprised to hear from me, and you're probably saying to yourself, man. And guys, I'm the type of sponsor that I do work with all my team members, but I hadn't talked to Gerald in a while. But I have been watching. Gerald didn't know this. I have been watching. I'm always watching. And by the way, guys, all of you on my team, you don't think I'm watching? Trust me, I'm watching you. I was watching Gerald, watching what he's doing, getting really excited what he was doing. So I'm like, you know what? This guy is really tearing it up. I'm watching his videos. He makes great videos, by the way, folks. I'm following him on his blog, and what he's sharing at such a young age, he may not even realize it, but his blog posts and his videos are changing lives all around the world. How do I know that? Folks, the internet, it's not in your backyard. It's not just in your town. Folks, the internet covers the entire world 24/7. So Gerald, that's just one of the reasons why I wanted to bring you on, because I don't know if you knew it, but I've been following you. I've been following you from a distance, and I like what you're doing. So I wanted to bring you on the Hangout, and maybe you can share some tips with with the people out there what you're doing. In fact, I know that I know you've been doing a lot of blogging. Now, as a member of Empower Network, in fact, that's one of the first things that we teach. I know people start blogging for the first couple of weeks, and if they don't see any results, what do most people do? They stop blogging, right? Folks, I'm telling you over and over again, you never know when your breakthrough is going to be. This business is not an overnight success business. It takes work, it takes time, it takes dedication. But I can promise you, when you build your business, you will have a real business, not a fly-by-night, get-rich type of thing. You'll have a real business. So, Joe, I wanted to ask you, about your blogging. How long you been blogging, and if there's any tips and tricks you can share with not just the audience but with me, because I also want to get back into blogging. I've been neglecting my blogging too. So if you could share a little bit, brother, I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I actually just really started getting into blogging when I got with Empower Network, as that being one of our core commitments. It was like blog daily, and so it was like, well, I don't have any other avenue to really put a voice out and get everything out. And so since this is one of my core commitments and we need to follow these things, it was like, let me start blogging. Now, when I started blogging, I didn't fully understand what to do, but they keep telling you, you guys just teach and train, like, yo, keep doing it, because I didn't even know, like where to put them. I didn't know what to write about. But the more and more I studied during, all the trainings that we have, and then also a part of the core commitment, we have to, we listen to great audios, we read amazing books, and that helps spark a lot of different things to write about, because I learned from Bob Proctor that most people read at a third grade level, because that's when you learned how to read, and then they stopped reading. And so my vocabulary, my speech patterns, and just the amount of information that I picked up in these past about 8 months has been incredible because of different things that I've been reading. One of the interesting things that I've been using when I've been blogging is I've been utilizing Google Plus, because it ties in like really well with YouTube, and I like shooting videos. I like people seeing me. I feel like I have like a certain type of charisma that people can kind of relate to. So I like doing that. And on Google Plus, a lot of people feel like it's a ghost town, but when you actually engage with people,
Google Plus is powerful. Yeah.
They love it, man. And you get results back, and people might not even maybe leave a comment or anything, but kind of like you were saying, they'll watch from a distance, and then they'll click on, and then they'll hit me up on Facebook like, hey man, I just read your post, or I saw a video, and I like what you do. Interesting enough, on one of my videos the other day, it was called Stop Joyriding Through Life. And this guy from like, I don't know, like India or something, man, he had like a weird name. He was like, man, I really needed this, bro. I appreciate it. And I mean, that means a lot to me, because I know what it's like to really need to hear certain things, because a lot of people will just tell you what you want to hear, and that's one of the coolest things that I really love about this company is the leadership. The leadership will just keep it real with you and just let you know, hey, you have to become success. You know what I'm saying? Jim Rohn actually taught me a part of that too. That success is not something that you chase. If you chase success, it will elude you like a butterfly. Success is something that you attract by what you become. And like through like being around leadership, there's awesome leadership, and then being around the books and the training and stuff, it's made me become a much better person. I speak a lot better. You can check out some of my older videos when I had my dreads, and it's like, man,
I remember. Yeah, I remember when you joined my team, brother. You had dreadlocks, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of people now just can't even picture me with dreadlocks. But yeah, I had long, crazy hair, man. But as you become a better person, things just change about you. One of the things you learn from like reading is when you read a book the second time, you don't find anything, like you don't read something that you didn't read before. You see something that you weren't before. And so like going through all this information and just being around a lot better environment than I was in is just it's something spectacular. Now, before I got involved, people would always talk about, it's not really about the money. It's about the lifestyle change. It's about what you can do with it. And, I was just like, man, I don't want to hear none of that. You guys are making a lot of money. You're just saying that. But, truthfully, though, you do become you evolve as a person. You know, I feel like I've become a better man just being a part of this company, and it's an excellent opportunity, man. Like I remember it pretty clear. Sitting on a hangout, something just like this, you know, a few months ago, about 8 months ago, when I first got started, and I was just, you know, looking like, are these guys for real? Are they really able to do these certain things? Are they really able to earn this type of income? And since I mentioned that, I want to give a quick income disclaimer. You know, results aren't typical because we're not typical. But you know, just sitting there, man, it was just like, come on, man. All these six-figure earners, and it was like I didn't know anybody personally making more than 60,000 a year. So it was just like mind blowing. As much as it was inspiring, um, I'm gonna be real with you, Miles. I was also a little intimidated because it was just like, you know, you're not used to seeing those type of things, and so some of you guys might be watching this hangout and be like, man, you know, is it really that good? You know, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I was a fence sitter for a little bit. I was just sitting on the fence watching, like, man. But I kept coming to the hangouts. I kept coming, and then it was like, man, I gotta get in. I gotta be a part of this.
Trust me, Gerald. Gerald, guess what, brother? As I was telling you earlier before the hangout started, and you have an expanding team, brother. But I can tell you, there are a lot of fence sitters right now waiting to join your team. I'm telling you, male and female. Maybe it's a husband that's afraid to tell the wife that he wants to start this thing, or it's a wife that's afraid to share with the husband that they want to get involved in this thing. But I can trust me, brother. There are fence sitters waiting to work with you and to join your team. So you know what? You just keep spreading that message every day. Keep it in their face.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. And that's one of the things that I love doing, because the more and more I do this, the more and more I feel more alive. Like this is what I need to be doing. I need to help people become more than what they are, because it helped me, and then everybody around me is becoming a better person. Like I have a lot of friends who were just, you know, on some totally different other kind of things. But the more and more I become a better person, the more and more, you know, that they strive to become better. You know, like when I remember actually, like when I really first started getting involved and my life started changing, I inspired my mom, and she like got rid of her old car, you know what I'm saying, and like got a Cadillac just because she was just like, you know, you keep talking all this positivity, and I just, you know what, forget it. I'm just gonna go out and get it. And like that was cool to me, you know. It's like, man, thanks, I guess, you know, maybe that's a compliment. But I mean, it's just people around you become better the more you become better, and I feel like that's a very important thing to have, not just as a leader, but just as a person in general. Because the harder we work together, the more things can happen. You know, teamwork makes the dream work, man. Like I'm a strong believer in that.
It definitely does. And folks, I mean, are you listening to this young man? He's 24 years old. You know, and the things that's coming out of his mouth, you know, at 24 years old, I'll be very honest with you. We're not coming out of my mouth at 24 years old. And I did go to college, folks. Graduated from a very good school, but my mind still wasn't. Folks, here's the deal. I'll level with you guys. I'm not gonna BS you guys. My interest was only in how much can I make per hour. Who's gonna see my resume? Will I become a supervisor? Will I become a manager? And folks, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having a job. But what I'm saying is, and folks, I'm just going to tell you like it is. Unless you love what you do, your job, you will never, ever, look me in the eye here, folks, you will never, ever fully build a life, fulfill your life, and leave a legacy for your children and your grandchildren unless you start your own business. I don't care what it is. You can open up a hot dog stand. I'll show you how to market it. Doesn't matter what it is. But in this country, folks, not just this country, in this world, enterprise business is what makes the world go round. Business people understand that making $5,000, $10,000 a day, to the average person, either you're lying or they can't comprehend that. When I hear $5,000 or $10,000 a day, folks, I'm going to be very honest with you. In many cases, it's kind of a slow day. You don't wake up and start thinking that way. What's cool about Gerald, and the reason why he's sharing with you and talking to you the way he is, and I even wrote this down, folks. Gerald has transformed. Okay. I'm probably letting the cat out of the bag. He can very well tell you what I'm getting ready to tell you. But Gerald has transformed. All of you that go through personal development, you buy books and courses, you work on yourself, you go to the events, you watch tons of videos, you're doing everything you need to do. Folks, you got to understand something. I'm going to share a secret with you that I shared with Gerald, and I do share with my whole team. Maybe some people can't read between the lines. They're not getting what I'm saying. We call ourselves the BIM Transformers, and I didn't pick that name just because it sounds good. I picked it for a reason. Again, back to Gerald. Gerald has transformed. He has the books, tapes, the products. I seen him come into Empower Network and start at the basic level, worked himself all the way up to the 15K formula level, and I know it was tough for him. He's one step away from the masters. He has all the tools, just like you do. Many of you on my team are at the master's level already. Again, Gerald transformed. But here's the key, folks. You might want to write this down. Many of you are trying to transform externally. You're trying to transform. You think just because you read something or you do what Miles said, money's going to fall from the sky. Here's the difference with Gerald, myself, and the other people on my team that are successful. And all of you can do this. Gerald has transformed on the inside. Folks, that's the key. Come on, folks. You hear me say, I'm getting upset now. Because I get frustrated when I see people struggling that they don't need to. You can take away my beautiful Mac computer that I'm on right now. When I was in real estate, I was afraid of losing this house. There's this big house that me and my wife are in. Now, I really don't care. Now I have the money to pay for it, but I really don't. You want to take this house? You know, you want to take my cars? What I have inside, what I have here, I can start all over again. I sleep well at night. I can start all over again because since I became a member of Empower Network, I have transformed on the inside. And I'm telling you, the reason why many of you have not had your breakthrough yet is because you may think you have, but you have not transformed on the inside. And when you do, you'll get your breakthrough. All of a sudden, people will want to work with you. All of a sudden, you know, you'll be getting weekly deposits and paychecks, you know, of like what most people make in a month. And you'll look back and you'll be like, man, what was I doing all that time before? I can't believe how I struggled before, and now this is happening. And you'll be in the same position where you're trying to explain to your team members. And they'll be looking at you like, well, it's working for him or her. Why is it not working for me? And the reason why you'll know it is because they have not transformed inside yet. And I don't care what business you're in. If you don't want to believe what I'm saying, okay? In fact, I'll tell you right now. If you don't want to believe what I'm saying, if you have a job, keep it. If you don't have a job, go get one. Forget about business. It will never work for you. But I know there's many people that want more. I've always wanted more since I was a child. I just went about it a different way. I really didn't understand, you know, business that much. I didn't really have that entrepreneurial spirit. And I can go on talking about that more and more, but I'm going to stop myself because I want to hear more from Gerald, and I'm sure you guys want to hear more from Gerald. So Um, Gerald, let me just jump to something real quick. Brother, I don't know how long you've been making videos on YouTube, and something I've found, for members of my team, in the beginning, people were afraid to make videos. Everybody was afraid. I don't know why. You're just sitting there talking to a camera. There's nobody there. But they were afraid to make videos. And what I found is now most people have gotten over that fear. I see that. They've gotten over that fear. But for some reason, they're still not creating videos. They may do one here and there, but I see you doing them regularly. And I'm just wondering, 'cause I don't know every little thing. I'm wondering how long have you been doing them, and how did you become so personable on camera? Because you really are. So maybe you can share a little bit of what you do for your videos, and just some basic strategy. And I guess what I want to get from you is, how do you feel about videos? Do you think, not my opinion, but your opinion, do you think it's a good marketing strategy to create YouTube videos?
Oh man, I think YouTube videos are like really good because people get to know you more. They get to see the person behind the computer screen. They get to see the person who's really sending them messages on Facebook or reading the blog. They get to see the person behind that, so they feel more in touch with you. And then also, like, when they get to see facial expressions and hear voice inflections, they can feel it more than just reading it off of their internet screen or off of their phone. It makes you come off more relatable. And I got started a little bit before getting involved with Empower. I was in a basic network marketing company, and I didn't. My other sponsor just told me to make a list of 50 friends and family members, and so I did the dreaded list. I made the list, and out of 50 people, I got 49 no's. And it was like, wow, this isn't good. So then he told me to go and just find some people. If you got to go to the mall, go to the mall. If you got to go to Walmart, go to Walmart. Just find people. He was like, if you don't have a place to do a presentation, then you can have it at McDonald's. Well, I'm really hungry. I wanted it, so I went out and I tried talking to people. Now, remember, we were just talking about, I had longer hair then. I'm already a big guy. So, just imagine me coming up to you at the mall like, hey, you keep your business options open when it comes down to making some money? It's like, come on, man. I had more people running away from me than actually being interested in that. So that's what made me, like, start making videos. When I made my first few videos, like, they were horrible, but and I still kept a couple up there. I deleted a few, man, because they just were really bad. But I wanted people to see, my progression, because, like you were just saying, it is about the transformation, and I want people to understand and see where I came from to where I go. Because right now it's still just a midpoint, and it's just gonna get better and better from here. But yeah, but like when I get ready to do a video, I get in my mode. I sit back, I breathe in, breathe out. And then I set my intention. It's like, well, what do I want? What do I intend to have? What I want to happen from the viewers? What type of feelings do I want them to get as they watch this video? What's the message that I want to portray? And so I get my kumbaya on. That's what I like to call it, because it's just. And then I sit there and then I speak to them, and I feel as though it helps out a lot, because most of the time everything comes out exactly how I intended to. Now, I'm not one of those guys who just like shoot like one take and put it out there. If I mess up, I'll redo it, but not all the time. Like, because sometimes I'll really be in my mode, and it's like, man, I'm a real person like you. I'm going to slip and stumble. And so I like putting that out too, because everything's not perfect, man. So, we don't live in a perfect world. I'm not a perfect dude. So if I stutter, if I stumble, I'll leave it there, because people need to see the real person. A lot of times, excuse the expression, but people fake the funk on the internet. They try to pretend and portray to be something that they're not, and it's like, well, there's enough of those people out there. You know, there's not enough of me out here. There's not enough of you out here. You know, so you just have to really be yourself, because if you market to everybody, you market to no one. You know, and a good one right there is like, just because you brought this up, is like, why don't people do more videos? And I just actually did a video on that today. And I got this from Jim Rohn again, man. He said, you know, people,
I don't mean to interrupt. I know you're on a. By the way, Gerald, if you come on my Hangouts, just get used to this. I interrupt a lot.
No problem. No problem.
Folks, I just had to jump in because, folks, are you catching the golden nuggets here? This young guy, he's 24 years old. Whose name does he keep dropping? Who's he following? And I'm really impressed. Jim Rohn. Hey, folks, at 24 years old, I didn't even know who the hell Jim Rohn was. Go ahead, Gerald.
Yeah, man. It was like, he taught me a very valuable lesson. You know, he was saying, you know, do the easy things. Do the easy things, because success is really based on doing the easy things. You know, when you do hard things are hardships, or having a heart attack, is, you know, letting your family down. Those things are difficult. Success principles are really easy. And then so you get like, well, if these things are so easy, why don't more people do them? Because just because they're easy to do also means that they're easy not to do. And so you think, hey, well, you know, I can do a video. It's only take me a few minutes. And then 11 o'clock rolls around and you're like, oh, man, I didn't do my video. Well, I'll do it in the morning. And the morning comes and you got to get to work, or you got to do some things. And then you never end up doing a video. Next thing you know, it's already been a week and you still only done like one video. You can't complain about your success rate if you're only doing one video a week. If you're only, you know, if you're not putting in the work, your work is going to show what you do, you know. And so it's really about doing the simple things. And you give us a list of simple things to do, and you know, it's. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, like, even me, I like, when I started, I was just like, man, I could do this, because I feel like I can talk good, or I can write kind of good. So I would blog a little bit and then not blog. I'll blog a little bit, but the thing about that is you lose a lot of momentum, innerly and outerly, when you chop it up and you do. Some days you do and some days you don't. Like, when I'm on a roll with videos and I keep knocking them out and keep knocking them out, putting them out every day, I get more views, more subscribers, more people, you know, checking it out, leaving comments. When I don't, and I go on like a hiatus, the next time I put out a video, it's like 0 views, 1 view, 2 view, 18. It's like, it's not much. So it's like, you have to really keep that momentum going. And the more you do it, the funnier it gets. Like, I'm having a blast right now. We're just, you know, talking, and this is exactly what I do in my videos. You know, I share different knowledge and insights that I get from different people that inspire me.
That's fantastic, brother. And you know, I just try to point out to people, like, you know, what works and what doesn't work, and you know, what free strategies work and what paid strategies work. And again, folks, if something is free to do, it doesn't cost you anything, and it's powerful for your business, why wouldn't you do it? And you know, what can I say? Gerald just decided to listen to me, and now he has people listening to him. And folks, just so you know, I always like to set the tone. And as a marketer, you know, we are marketers. I'm sure you're a marketer out there also. At least you'd like to be. So we want to set the tone, and even before we end the Hangout, we want to give you guys a call to action for you guys that want to get involved, you know, with us, you know, with Gerald, with myself. There is a button over there, a join button, I believe, to your. I can't see it, but I think it's to your right-hand side. So, folks, anybody that wants to work with Gerald, you know, you want to start working with him. You see what this young man has to offer. Just click on that button, and you'll have an opportunity to work with him. And I'm also going to remind you again at the end of the Hangout. But it's funny, Gerald. You know, I sit here listening to you and talking to you, and it's like, you know, I just get these flashbacks. Again, when I was 25. For some reason, I don't remember 24. Maybe I was drunk.
Yeah.
If I was, but I can tell you folks, I do not drink now. I mean, if you consider having one beer every 3 months drinking, then another thing is, hey, if you folks drink, hey, to each his own. But I'm more concerned with taking care of my body and my health these days. But yeah, I can remember flashbacks of 25, and I had a decent job. A couple of years out of college, I had a decent job, but I did think about business. But you know what's funny, Gerald? Back then when I was 25, I looked at business people as, okay, well, that's them. Like, they can do that, but not me. Like, my goal in life, my job is to always work, is to work for a corporation and to work myself up to supervisor, manager, maybe someday be a director and make, I don't know, 200,000-300,000 a year, which you're able to do. Income disclaimer, you're able to do here, if you hang with us for like a year or two, you can make that kind of money, or even a shorter time period. So I'm just saying, brother, my thinking was a lot different, as I'm sure a lot of you young people, and not just young people, a lot of people in their 60s and 70s, you know who you are. You still have not gotten it together yet, and you're saying, man, I wish I could have done that. I'm going to tell you something. The only time it's too late, I'm going to get a little graphic here. Okay. The only time it's too late to start something new or to change your life is when they're closing that casket. Mm. Other than that, folks, it's never too late. I can tell you, because I take care of myself. When I'm 85 or 90 years old, I'm going to be sitting here in front of my computer. Probably not at this home, because my wife and I, we won't even probably own a home at that point. We're just going to travel around the world, live wherever. But I'll be sitting here doing some type of training, some type of hangout, and you folks will be looking at me saying, man, he looks good for 85. But folks, that's what I'll be doing, because I love what I do. I've found my calling. And again, I believe that everybody's calling is to change their life and to change other people's lives. In fact, I haven't really met anybody that would not like to help somebody else change their lives. I mean, fortunately, I really haven't ran into any selfish people like that. Everybody I've really ever came across would like to help themselves and then also help somebody else. So I think that's a cool thing. You know what? Speaking of that, Gerald, tell me. I know you got the answer, brother. What is what's your long-term goal? With this business, for yourself, for your family. I guess what I'm asking you is, what is your vision for what you're doing here with yourself?
My vision is definitely to help as many people as I possibly can quit their JOBs, man. Because like you know what I'm saying, I'm a young dude. I'm 24, and I'm actually the youngest out of my whole family, except there's one or two cousins that are younger than me. But I've watched everybody grow up older than me. So I feel like it's a pleasure, and not very many of them have ever enjoyed their jobs. Everybody is always looking forward to retirement. They're counting down, oh, I only got 12 more years. 12 more years? You're counting down for these things. And retirement is really just a retractment from life. If you really love your job, you never want to retire. You learn stuff like that from Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is in his upper 60s, and he talks about, I never want to retire. He's like, I have plans set aside for when I die. I'm still going to be running the company. Because he loves what he does. Yeah. It's these are when you start expanding your vision, you start seeing other things that are different than your environment. You see that people really who love their job want to keep doing. They want to keep going. It's only the people who hate what they do they want to retract and just sit back and retire and, you know, collect a check less than what they're already making, that they're already complaining about. So to me, that never made sense. It was like I always wanted to find something that I was good at, that I love doing, and this is it, man. Like, because I can help people do what they want to do. Because as soon as you get the type of income that you want, I mean, you can start doing the things you want to do. You're only working that job because you have to. If they told you right now, hey, we're not going to pay you for the next month or so, you're not going to go in. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are just not going to go in. They're not going to get up and go to work. You know, if you told me, yo, you're not going to get paid for this, I would still love to help people work out and live in their purpose, because it's easy. It's easy when you find what you love to do. And I love making people feel good. I love helping people, like, walk in that direction that they need to be walking in instead of what they have to be walking in, you know, what they should be doing instead of what they're forced to be doing. A lot of times we just do what we've been trained to do. You know, we're good parrots. You know, we're good at miming back things that other people have told us to do. I mean, I've personally been in relationships. I've never been married, but I've personally been in relationships where we've been in arguments, and then she's like, "You're not even listening to me." And it's like, yeah, I am. You know, you just said, and then I repeat back the same thing she just said, knowing that I wasn't really listening, but I've been trained as being a good parent. We've been trained in a certain systematic format to be other people's parents, to be other people's employees. No one teaches you how to become a boss. No one teaches you how to run your own business. No one teaches you how to take your life back into your own hands. And that's one of the beauties of this company, is you get to take your life back into your hands and, you know, start living the way that you want to live, man. Because it's beautiful when you can say, hey, I can help you, and literally look a person in their eyes and mean every single word that you tell them. Because too many times we've been lied to. You know, I've had teachers lie to me. I've had other people lie to me. But when you can actually, you know, talk to somebody like you or I, you know, and other leaders in the company, and they just look you in your eye, even if it's over a, you know, computer like this, and you can tell they're passionate about what they do, about who they say that they are and who they are. When, you know, when you read and you see them, and you're like, oh man, this guy is really official. He really can't help me. He's really on a pathway, and I need to be on that train with him. Because otherwise, I'm going to be doing the same thing that everybody else is around me doing. And I'm going to tell you this. If you're around 9 broke people, you are bound to be the 10th one. You know, it's like, that's exactly what it is. You know, and also another one is a good one is look at like the 5 closest people that you have in your life, and somewhere between there's like $3,000 is how much you guys make. You're in the same area bracket of income for most people. You know, like if you only know people that are making around 45,000, your inner circle is probably making around that same amount, 45 to 50, or a little bit lower than that. You don't really branch out more than that, and so you can't go any further than you can't see. You know, if you can't see any further, you can't go any further. So you have to be around people who have further visions than you, so that way, you know, as they go along, you're exposed to more things. So then now you can see things that you never would have ever put into your mind. You know, like when you were speaking about earlier, you know, it's like when people say, you know, 5,000-10,000 a day, a lot of people can't fathom that. No, there's not many people I know that can fathom that. But like you said, it's a light day. You know, it's like that's crazy right there for a lot of people. But when you start getting around people who that's a light day for, you start to get that understanding in you, and then you also get that feeling like, hey man, it is a light day.
Yeah.
Let's get it pumping, you know. It inspires you, it touches you, it makes you want to get out there and make things happen for real, because you deserve it. We've worked too hard, you know. It's like, I'm saying that, I'm only 24, but it's like, you know, most people just working way too hard to earn the amount of money that they do earn, just to help build somebody else's dream.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man, I'm telling you, Joe. I could sit here and listen to you all night, brother. I mean, the knowledge that that you have at such a young age. I'm just really, really impressed. You know, just things that you're saying. I mean, I'm just picking up. I mean, folks, those of you that know me and you're like, Miles is successful. You want to know why I'm quote successful? Because even though I make a lot of money, to some people that may not mean success. But the reason why I'm quote successful is because I'm a student. I'm a student of this game. Gerald is a student of this game. Folks, we could package what we're saying here tonight and sell them in a course and just say it's a bunch of secrets. But it's really not secrets, folks. It's common sense stuff. You know, I'm a student of this game. I have my pen in my hand. You know, certain things Gerald is saying, I'm taking notes. Okay, he's the guest on my what we call the show on our Hangout. You know, I'm taking notes because I think, just my opinion, I could be wrong here. I think that smart, intelligent people learn from everybody. I've told each and every one of you on my team that, and I know I've said this, maybe you missed one of my Hangouts, maybe you're not here every Monday, but I've told you that you need to create another Gmail account. Now we're going to talk a little bit technical here, sort of. You need to create another Gmail account, a junk Gmail account, call it your swipe folder, and you need to get on everybody's list. All of the leaders' lists. By the way, folks, not just leaders in Empower Network, but leaders in other companies. Okay, there's another company I'm not going to mention. I'm on this guy's list because this guy's killing it in that other company, and I want to see what he's doing. No, I don't want to copy him. I want to get some ideas from what he's doing. I want to see how frequent he mails. We're going to talk about mailing a little bit too, guys. Also, I get on people's lists who have just joined the company, who've just joined Empower Network. Because, folks, I understand that you can learn from everybody. It doesn't matter how much they're making. Because let me tell you something, guys. There are a lot of $100,000 per month. And no, I did not stutter. There are a lot of $100,000 per month earners in development. They've just started with the company. And they are going to achieve that goal. They're going to achieve that goal of whatever it is, of earning $50,000 or $100,000 a month. You know, income disclaimer. I'm not sitting here saying that by clicking on that button, okay, that you're going to earn $50,000 or $100,000 a month. What I'm saying to you is, if you decide not to be typical, and you really want it that bad, not just kind of want it, not being one of these type of people that have a full-time job, which I know many of you do. I can respect that. But you have a full-time job, you come home tired, and you focus on your Empower Network business when you get around to it. You want to live your life. You want to. We're going to get into it now, Gerald. You've always done certain things on the weekend. You know, going places, visiting things, going to parks, whatever. You know, you do things with your life. And you don't want to give those up, but you expect your business to grow. I got news for you, and I'm going to be honest with you. Folks, I'm going to say, look, the people that resonate with Gerald and myself, stay on this Hangout. Keep listening, okay? The people that are not going to resonate with what we're saying, go watch TV. Just get off the Hangout. Because, and I'm not being smart here, I want to save you guys time and trouble. I'm talking to the people that understand that when they click on that button and they join Gerald's team, which you will be joining Gerald's team, he's an excellent person to work with. When you click on that button, your life is going to change. You know what? You want your life to change. That's why you're clicking. That's why you would click on the button. You want to make more money for your family, be able to do the nice things. So you know your life is going to change. But guess what? Your life is going to change. That's what you're not understanding, folks. Your life is going to need to change. That means when you click on that button, you need to sit down with your significant other, just like I did, your husband, wife, kids, whoever, and you need to explain to them, Daddy or sweetheart, whoever, things are going to be a little bit different. I'm starting this new business, and I'm going to make this work. So all of the things we used to do, going here, doing this little activity, whatever, I have to give that up. I have to give that up. I have to dedicate myself to this business. If I'm trying to work this business and I don't give up those things, I'm going to be just like everybody else out here, jumping from program to program. And here's the thing, folks. Normally, you would not have to, folks, I'm not trying to tell you like to have a boring life, okay? Here's what I'm telling you. You know, it's funny, I woke up this morning, I was thinking about something I was going to post on Facebook, and I didn't post it, so I'll talk about it now. Folks, do you understand something? Donald Trump is a billionaire. A billionaire. You look at that guy, and you're like, oh my God, he's better than me, he's got more money than me, his life is great. That may be true to an extent. But folks, here's what's really cool. You and Donald Trump, you're equal. Yes, you are. He doesn't have anything over on you. And well, hear me out here. Money, folks, the economy, you know, the monetary system. Money, folks, you can always make more money. Seriously, you can. I mean, you can make unlimited amounts of money. Whatever situation you're in, you can always make more money. Because if I put a gun to your head or your child was sick, you would make more money if you needed it for something. But you know what, folks? I can look Donald Trump in the eye, and I did meet the guy. I met him from a distance. He was about maybe 5 feet from me because the bodyguards were in between. But he did look my way. I looked his way. And you know what? I can look Donald Trump in the eye. And I know that we are the same. But why? I was just telling my wife last night, I was training my wife on some marketing stuff. I told my wife to always ask why. You know, not to stop me every second, but inside be asking, well, why is he saying to do this? Why am I saying what I just said about myself and Donald Trump? Because there is something that's a great equalizer. And even though it's Donald Trump, we're both the same. Now, I'm taking a long time to get to this point for a reason. Donald Trump and I have what? Maybe you guys can fill it in the comments. What do me and Donald Trump have in common? You know what? Let's have some fun here. What does Donald Trump, myself, and Gerald have in common that no matter how big and bad we think we are, we can't get no more of? It's equal for everyone. And by the way, folks, another hint. You guys should be able to answer this. It's the most precious commodity out there. It's not money, it's not silver, it's not gold, it's not real estate. Those things are nice. What is the most precious commodity that we all share and we can't get any more of? I'm going to take a look at the comments here. You folks have to know the answer.
You got to.
And I know it takes a couple of minutes for the comments to show, so I'm not going to give you guys the answer. In fact, I'll just let it go, and if nobody's answered this at the end of the Hangout, I'll tell you what the answer is. I'll say it one more time. What is the one commodity that we, myself, Donald Trump, Vic Stryzus, Gerald, we all share in common that's the great equalizer? And the thing is, like, we could all make more money, but this commodity we cannot get more of, no matter who we are. So, back to what I was saying, folks. I'm going to probably give it away right here, but I don't care. Gerald knows what it is. The reason why I'm saying that your life has to change, You need to give up some things. Even if you're bored. In fact, if you like what you're doing, you won't be bored. You need to give up a lot of the things you're doing right now. I'm not telling you to give up your job, but when you're not working, all that other free time you have, and it's a lot of it, it's more than you think. Most people only work 40 to 50 hours a week. Now, I don't know how many hours are in a week, but you subtract sleep time, you have a lot of time to work on your business. But what I'm telling you is, since you only have 24 hours a day, and that time needs to be used wisely, you need to give up those other things, at least for 90 days. Because as you know, if you're a member of Empower Network, we work in 90-day cycles, 90-day chunks. I don't know. Maybe you have to give up 6 months of your life. But answer this question for me. When you look at the rest of your life, 10, 20, 30, 40 years, is it worth it to give up 6 months of your free time to be able to enjoy the rest of your life? That's the question. When I joined Empower Network, you can ask my wife, I became a hermit. And here's why. Because I had a lot to learn. I came into this business, I really did not have an internet marketing background. I dabbled in another program that didn't teach me anything. I was clueless. So coming into here, I had to fix what I did learn that was wrong. Then I had to learn correctly how to become a marketer. So I basically became a hermit, not because I was doing it to do it. It's because I got involved in my training. I started reading. I started listening to videos. I started, marketing, building my business. And before I knew it, it was 8 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night, 2 o'clock in the morning. And folks, I'm just going to be very honest with you. That's what it takes. Many of you see a lot of my posts on Facebook where I talk about working your business. Give me 2 to 3 hours a day. I'll help you build a business. That's true. That is true. But what did I say? 2 to 3 hours a day to build your business. To build your business. The other hours you need to spend building yourself on the inside. That's a full-time job, baby. But it's worth it. I set a goal in 90 days to do certain things. Yeah, I gave up some things for those 90 days. My wife and I didn't even go out salsa dancing that much. So you know I had to give up some things. But you know what? It was worth it. Because 90 days I had wrote down something on one of these 3x5 cards. You see how thick that is? Those are things goals I have. And I read them every day. And one of those goals in here was to earn $20,000. I think it was 20. I think it was 20 within 90 days. Well, because I focused and because I believed, not just in Empower Network, not just in BIM Mastermind, not just in Vic Stryzus, I believed in myself. Because I sat my wife down at the table like I'm telling you, you folks need to do. After I clicked on that button, I sat my wife down at the table and I said, sweetheart, just trust me. Give me this last chance. Because we were hurting. If this doesn't work, I will go back to a day job. Because we were on fumes. We were about to lose our house. You guys know the story. I had to make it work. My why was strong enough, okay? And just let me just simplify it. Let's, I did not want to go back to a day job, even though I've been to college, I have a degree. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to have my own business. And I wasn't kidding myself. I wasn't like telling myself, yeah, Miles, you want to have your own business, but deep down inside, you don't want it strong enough. I wanted to have my own business. I was not going back to a day job. I was not. So, therefore, I took a program that I know works. Because I saw people around me, I met them, that they're making ridiculous amounts of money per month. And I knew that these people were not smarter than me. Not to put anybody down. Maybe we were just as smart as each other. They had not been to college. I have a degree, advanced degree. They had not even been to college. I know people that didn't graduate high school, and they were making ridiculous amounts of money per month using the same products that I was preparing myself to buy. So, folks, if what you're doing is not working, it's not the program. I'm going to tell you something to save you a lot of time and effort. I'm going to tell you something that the other gurus will not tell you. And I'm not a guru. Whether you want to face it or not, you've listened to Gerald. Look at this 24-year-old guy. He's making it. He's killing it. If the company you're in and the program you're involved with is not working, it's you. That's simple. It's you. Now, those of you that stayed with us didn't go decide to watch TV. You need tools. You need training. We will provide that. Okay? You become a member of Empower Network. The training is there. But folks, you need to dive into this stuff. You need to immerse yourself. You need to jump into the pool, okay, of knowledge. You need to get wet. I know that there's many of you that are masquerading. Let's say some things some of you might not like. Masquerading as internet marketers, and you don't even mail your lists. You don't mail your lists once a week. You don't mail your list because you claim you don't know what to mail them. You don't know what to mail them. How dare you say that? The knowledge that you learn as a member of Empower Network, folks, 99% of the people out there on the internet don't know what you know. They don't. They don't know what you know. Take what you're learning and share it. If you don't want to do a video like Gerald does, if you don't want to blog, well, send them a friggin' email. Do something. Because I'm on some of your lists, and I never get an email from you guys. I'm waiting. I never get an email. How do you think internet marketers make money online? How do you think we do it? We email people. We blog. We make videos. We post on Facebook. You know? Speaking of YouTube, Gerald's talking about YouTube. Gerald and I, Gerald probably doesn't even know this because I always, things just come to my mind when you're an entrepreneur. I'm so impressed with what Gerald's doing. I'd like to put together some YouTube training with Gerald. You know what's cool, folks? I'm a student, so I'm always looking at other tools, not programs, tools. And a friend of mine emailed me this video marketing course that he put together. That's pretty good. And I took a look at it, went through it, and I said to myself, "Wow, this is pretty good." But I know more than what's in this course. I think I need to share what I'm doing with people. Come on, guys. How many of you out there, checking the time here, how many of you out there see these courses where they're saying, oh, you can get your video ranked to #1 on Google? You've seen those, Joe, right? You can get to rank to #1. And you know what? There's some truth to that. But folks, there's a skill and there's a method to everything. Real quick, guys, as I mentioned on Wednesday nights, I'm going to be doing some actual hands-on type of training on Wednesday nights. I'm going to be starting this Wednesday. Don't know what I'm going to talk about yet, but it'll be something good. I'm going to touch upon one of the 2 or 3 strategies that I'm using right now. Because as I told you guys, only focus on 1 or 2 strategies at a time. Right now, I'm only focusing on 2 strategies, and I do some free stuff, so that doesn't really count. But what's cool is I'm going to be modifying how I do videos because I've really delved into how YouTube works. Folks, if you understand how the thing works, you can kill it. There's a science to YouTube. There's a science to Google. I know that even though I love to talk, it's better to create 2 to 3 minute videos and post them. Why? One little nugget, some stuff we're going to be teaching. Because YouTube loves viewer retention. There's a lot of reasons why your video will rank high in YouTube. Many of them, not just one. And the one I just shared with you is a powerful one, viewer retention. If I create this video that's 10 or 20 minutes long, great video, but I only retain viewer retention for a minute or 2. And most people's attention span is not very long. Therefore, I have possibly a 5 or 10% viewer retention on that video. However, if I create a short video, compact, informational, for 2 or 3 minutes, and that person stays on the video for 90 seconds, what have you, guess what? That means I have a 70 or an 80% viewer retention, and YouTube loves that. And YouTube also loves content. YouTube and Google, think of it as a fireplace. Fire's burning. As you put logs in, keeps the fire flaming nice and high. YouTube loves that. It loves valuable content. Anyway, guys, I don't want to give you guys too much right now, but these are some of the things. And by the way, guys, that's a free strategy. Anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. Anyone can sit down and make a video and get started. Again, if you don't want to make videos, that's fine. You can blog. You can use email strategies. You want to know more about that? Talk to Gerald. Okay. So folks, I just wanted to share with you guys. A young guy on my team started about 8 months ago or so, and look how far he's came. You know, it's just amazing. He has a growing team. You know, he's making money. You know, what more could you ask for? And Gerald, I just want to tell you, brother, I'm just extremely proud of you, and I'm a little bit jealous because when I was 24, I wasn't doing what you're doing. So I admire you, brother, and I'm a little bit jealous. Because if I had started at your age, man, think of where I'd be right now.
Yeah.
I would be a millionaire a couple of times over, no doubt about it. I'd be a millionaire a couple times over. You know, I'm not quite a millionaire yet, but I'm not that far away, folks. We are getting there. So, yeah. But man, you know what, Gerald? Wow. I think I even talked too much, but you know, I wanna end this hangout with you, brother. We got about 5 more minutes, and I want to end this hangout with you, and I just want you to share with everyone watching whatever you want to share with them. Just to let them know. Don't give up, because folks, let me point something else out. Almost forgot. When Gerald started, it wasn't that easy for him. Okay. It wasn't like overnight, you know, his team is growing and this is happening. You know, we all get to our breakthrough at different points. But what's cool about Gerald, and I admired him, you know, he started at the basic level, you know, which is a lower level circle, and he stayed focused and he worked his way up. And no matter what was thrown at him, here he is 8, 9 months later, he hung in there, and now he's on a hangout with me, so it's all good. So Gerald, if you could kind of close the show, I'd really appreciate it, brother.
Hey, most definitely, man. First and foremost, guys, you know, if you guys got some value out of this, please go ahead and leave some comments down below, man. It's always good to show some love to, you know, Miles' page, first of all, and then just we want to hear from you. But man, it's so important not to give up, man, because You will. I'm going to tell you just honestly, because you are running a business. You will run into obstacles. There's nobody who's ever created a business who hasn't ran into a wall. This is what proves the man from the boys, the the girls from the ladies, the women. This is what really proves what it is, because you're going to run into obstacles. Things are going to happen. You still have regular life to live off the, like, things happen. You have things to do. But the real key to this is never give up. And Miles was alluding to it, and he was telling you guys about it earlier. You work on your business, but work harder on yourself than you do on your job. And that goes for your business and your job that you're working currently right now. When you start working on the actual person, everything changes. When you change, everything around you changes. So you have to start becoming that person. Put an image in your mind. Matter of fact, here's a great assignment for you guys. Just grab a real. Actually, I got one of mine right here. I got a little piece of paper, man, and I keep this in my face because there are 5 adjectives that you want to describe you. So when people see you, when they hear you, when they read your blog, when they see your videos, think of 5 adjectives that really can describe who you want to become. You might not be there yet, but when you start looking at them and you start getting an understanding, because you see them, they're in your face more, and you're like, huh. It gives you a second thought about, before you put out, maybe an email that you're supposed to be sending, or a blog or a video. You get to ask yourself, hey, does this showcase one of these 5, characteristics? Because if you don't know where you're going, anywhere will lead you there. You'll just be going around in circles. So get a specific goal in your mind. You need to know where you're headed. And I can talk on things like this all night, but these are the type of things that will literally better yourself, which will better your business. And if you like training like this and you need training like this for your business, go ahead and click that join button right now. We can get you started, and we'll get you the training that you need. Hey, it's been a real pleasure, Miles, for having me on this. I thank you, brother. I thank you. It's a huge opportunity, man. I'm gonna leave a comment down below with my Facebook information if you guys want to get in contact with me on Facebook. And definitely make sure that you come back on Wednesday, because Miles always brings the nuggets, man. You always got to be here. Once again, man, it's Gerald Alfred. This is Miles Seeger's great show, man. I appreciate you guys. Wishing you joy, happiness, and laughter. Signing out, man.
Oh, well, thank you so much, brother. And you know what? I know I'm getting some great comments. I'm going to get some great feedback, and I've already gotten feedback from somebody that I guess I'm going to have to do a part 2, brother. So I hope you'll be available in the future, because people want to hear more of you. So I'm going to have to definitely bring you back on. And you know what, folks? Before I end this hangout, I was thinking of an analogy. Like when I first joined Empower Network, and when Gerald also first joined Empower Network, for some reason this just kind of came to me. I was thinking of pit bulls. Pit bulls, those little dogs? In fact, I want to get one. My wife doesn't want me to get a dog. I'm thinking of pit bulls, and who knows? I might even change the team name, but I'm thinking of a pit bull because the thing that's peculiar about pit bulls is, when that pit bull chomps down onto something, my neighbor used to have a pit bull, so I know a little about pit bulls. When they chomp down on something, they will not let go. Is that true, Gerald? Yeah, they won't let go. No matter what. No matter what's going on around them, no matter if somebody even... I love animals, so I don't want to say what I was going to say. Somebody's trying to hurt the dog, they won't let go. Yeah. Folks, when you click on that link and join Gerald's team, become a pit bull, bite down on the knowledge, bite down on the training, and no matter what ups and downs you have, and you're going to have them, folks. You're going to have ups and downs in your business. I have ups and downs in my business, okay? But it doesn't matter, because I know where I'm going. I know where I'm going. I just keep moving forward. So when you join, okay, and you bite down, never let go. no matter what's going on in your life, folks, never let go and never give up. And with that, guys, I'm Miles Seegers, Gerald Alfred. We or me or one of us will see you next week on this Hangout. Glad you guys could check us out and attend. Man, this was fun, Gerald. I'll have to do this again. So I want to wish you guys a great night. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you guys later. You guys take care.